wreaking havoc in various communities in Anambra State for several months, during which many people were kidnapped, killed, and sometimes beheaded. Many of the so-called unknown gunmen have at last become known. Are you listening? Now, many of them whose dreaded camps in the thick forest in the state have been raided and destroyed, have been running their mouth and narrating their escape, signifying that they too are, after all, mere human beings. Soludo continue. In a space of 1 year, no fewer than 30 persons, including security operatives, lost their lives through the activities of the unknown gunmen. Many police stations and operational security vehicles were also burnt by the gunmen during their operations. The situation was so bad that the November 2021 governorship election in Anambra State was threatened, such that the electoral umpire INEC almost mooted the idea of suspending the election. It was at the height of the unknown gunmen saga in the state that Dr. Chike Akunyele, the husband of the late Professor Dora Akunyele, was killed. And Soludo is mentioning the death of this man when we have called Soludo to set up the investigative panel. Let us know who was behind the assassination of this man. Soludo have not done it, but here he is mentioning his name. Akunyele was felled at Nkpo in Idemili by gunmen after attending a program in Onitsha, where he picked a posthumous award for his late wife. Other killings by the unknown gunmen were to follow, including those of lawmakers representing Governor Chukwuma Soludo in the State of House of Assembly. Dr. Okechukwu Okoye, a former member of the State House of Assembly. Are you listening? Honorable Nelson Achukwu, a woman and her 4 children who were also killed at Oga, and an Onitsha-based man, Sir Paulinus Mbanogo. When Governor Chukwuma Soludo assumed office, he could not settle down properly for work immediately because no day passed without stories of gunmen burning police stations and attacking local government headquarters or killing people. Many communities had to inform their relation residing outside the state not to come home until the situation improves. Realizing that no meaningful achievement could be recorded under a such situation, Soludo swore to recover the state first before going into the execution of his promised programs for the people. And so the battle began. First, he revived the Anambra Vigilante Group and empowered them to be able to face the usual heavily armed gunmen. The same Anambra Vigilante Group, the second in command, is now in police custody for kidnapping. But Soludo did not tell you people that. Is it a lie that the second in command of Anambra Vigilante Group is in police net for kidnapping? From all indication, results of the governor's action are positively showing. Recently, 8 persons suspected to be connected with the murder and beheading of the late Honorable Okechukwu Okoye, the lawmaker representing Governor Soludo's Agwata constituency. 11 and his aide were arrested by security operative. Few others have also been picked, and they are assisting security operative in locating the camps in the forest. In this forest, such items including coffin, charms, dangerous drugs, women, cars of all makes, and a large sum of money were common features. Following the routine and the smoking out of these gunmen from their camps in forest, normalcy is gradually returning to the various communities. The routine started with the destruction of one of the most dreaded camp located in the thick forest along the bank of Osaekwe River, bordering Ihala and the Ogwu Aniocha in Obaro local government area, where the supposed king of the government, popularly known as Double Lion. I want you people to pay attention. Popularly known as Double Lion, held sway. On the day he and the 4 of his members were killed, Double Lion didn't see it coming, as they were easily gunned down by their breakaway colleagues. Are you hearing it? By their breakaway colleagues. These breakaway colleagues is Chinasa Nworu and their DOS. These breakaway colleagues are all the people that were sharing the killing of Double Lion. These breakaway colleagues are now working with the Anambra state government. I want you people to listen. They were coming as they were easily gunned down by their breakaway colleagues, who have since repented and are now working for the state. Are you people hearing it? They are now repented and they are now working with the state. Immediately, Chinasa Nworu, the criminal, saw this statement. He know that Soludo has actually busted them, trying to, educate the public. He ran to Radio Biafran and started shouting, Soludo is recruiting IPOB. Soludo is recruiting IPOB. We are warning you. We are doing this. We are doing that. It's a lie. He knows that Soludo has busted them. He knows. He knows. So he came and started shouting. But it was the same group that Chinasa Nworu was, sharing the killing of Double Lion. It was the same group that all their irate and all their sewage rat, they were boasting, sharing how they killed Double Lion on Radio Biafra, telling how they killed on Double Lion on Facebook. Go to their pages if they have not deleted it. Go to their pages. They shared it everywhere. They call Simon Ekpa. Oh, they have killed the man. Simon Ekpa's boys. They have killed. I don't know who Double Lion is. I have never spoken with him, but this is bad. I want you people to know how these people try to destroy Mazi Nnamdi Kanu legacy. How these people want to destroy everything that Biafra have labored for years, just for their selfish interest. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started working with people who they believe he brought through the back door. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started giving tax to people who they believe will come and block their bread. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brought somebody like Simon Ekpa from the back door, as they used to say it. And for that reason, they decided to betray him and destroy him. They say, oh, we started this thing with you. You just, you see, so you think we are not human. You think we are not nobody. Simon Ekpa just come from nowhere. We know who he is. He's a criminal. He's this and that. You Simon Ekpa, you're now working with him. You're now doing with him. You're talking with him. We thought, before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to my program to have interview, it was a battle. It was internal battle. It was battle of Armageddon. I am telling you the fact. And they are not hiding their mouth. They are saying it publicly. Before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to my program, it was battle of Armageddon. They fought against it. They say he must take oath. They say, no, don't talk to him. You must not pick this guy call. Don't talk to this guy. They were all scared because they know that an extraordinary human being is coming to this struggle. All of them were peeing in their pants. The day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was to appear on my program, it was on the phone. Everybody was on the phone with him. Don't come. Don't go to Simon Ekpa program. Do not go. You must take oath. Don't go there. That guy is not pure. He is not genuine. Don't trust him. It was a war of Armageddon. I am telling you the fact. This I have never said in the public, but they are saying it. Everybody was on the phone with him. This one will call. That one will call. Don't go. Don't go. Don't do. Don't do. Don't. They were so scared. And if you look at what happened today, you find out that the native doctor that told them to be scared of Simon Ekpa did not lie to them. He did not lie. Because I have not even showed them what I'm made of. But at least they have seen it. They have seen that now. Aboromanwa na tata. It may comb like this. You will be infected. If you eat me as a meat, or cancer kineri, gina cancer maybe, or cancer a finish egg, come and eat me as a meat. If you eat me and go to sleep and wake up, you know, you can't eat me. Abramana na tata. They know. So they tried everything to stop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from appearing on my program. At the end of the day, I defeated them from there. The defeat of these criminals started from there. I defeated them. Everything the game they have brought, I have defeated them in the game. Our game, chess play, chess game. About chess. They come from there, I defeat them. They come there, I defeat them. Every place they have come, I have defeated them with the power of God. I am telling you, if you think I am a meat you can eat, here, you eat the cancer. Now, did you hear it? After they have been busted by Soludo, they now come to Radio Biafra and start shouting, "Hey, Soludo is recruiting." Here, Soludo said, let me read it again. On the day he, Double Lion, and the 4 of his members were killed, Double Lion didn't see it coming, as they were easily gunned down by their breakaway colleagues who have since repented and are now working for the state. They are working for the state. All the people that have celebrated the Double Lion death, all the people that celebrated, I don't know whether Double Lion is a criminal, whether he's not a criminal. It's not my concern. It's not my business. I've not investigated who is a criminal, who is not a criminal. I don't even know who he is. But the point here is that those who were sharing Double Lion's death, who were celebrating it on Radio Biafra, all are now working with Soludo. And they were not happy to actually reveal that in this statement. That is what I have come to show you today. Soludo played them now. He won't try Soludo. He will use them and destroy their own and now destroying them. Now they are abusing him. Now they are now attacking him on social media. You know that they have started attacking Soludo. They have started attacking Soludo for this particular exposition Soludo made. And Soludo is smart in his game now. He's very smart in his game. He just gave them small. He just gave them small. He's a smart man. His mission is to destroy the movement, but it is late. The people he is trying to destroy have been destroyed. We have destroyed them. We have destroyed them. So, it does not... why I'm doing this is to show people, the other side of the story. Okay? They didn't see it coming. They didn't see that Soludo. Thank you very much, Ekpa to Lion, for your membership for 4 months. I am sure the collaborators didn't see this coming from Soludo. Their celebration is a shot on their own leg. Exactly. Thank you for that understanding. Why I'm here is to expose. They celebrated the killing of Lion. They boasted that they killed Double Lion, and now Soludo have come to expose this. Soludo say the people that killed Double Lion they are now working. They are working with the state. And immediately they started attacking Soludo. Because, they started attacking Soludo. Oh, Soludo, it's all shame. Sham. Complete sham. I am going to read it again for you to understand so that it is sink into your head. Let me read it again. On the day he, the Double Lion, and the 4 of his members were killed, Double Lion didn't see it coming, as they were easily gunned down by their breakaway colleagues. Colleagues who have since repented and are now working for the state. Are you hearing it? They have now repented and working for the state. But they turn around and tell you Simon Ekpa is working with Nigeria government. Why? It was them. Why? They have been the one working, collecting money. And when you talk, they tell you, we don't raise fund. We don't raise fund. Do you see us raising fund? We cannot raise fund. Nobody will contribute to them. They are getting money, getting paid for themselves. The money they are receiving from the state doesn't go to any IPOB activities. It is for their own personal use. Because nobody knows when they pay them. Nobody know when Soludo pay them. Nobody will know where they collect money from Soludo. So the money goes to their personal pocket. Only those who have knowledge of this money from Soludo will get a share of the money. Okay? Our money is being raised publicly, live. Have you seen anybody raising money live on social media? Have you seen them? No, if you see them, tell us. We raise our own money live, on live program. Fundraising is live. We televise it live stream it. Both the enemy, both the Nigerian government, everybody will follow our fundraising live. We know they hide them. Because we're not criminals. Our fundraising is live. Every fundraising is live. Live and direct. In Afia and YouTube, in Afia everywhere, live. Streaming. Every Biafran movement stream our fundraising live. We don't hide it. Because what we are fighting is a just cause. Let them show you where they have raised fund live. They cannot show you, right? They cannot show you their live fundraising, where they stream it live. And they are broadcasting it on Radio Biafra, and nobody is listening to them anymore. Thank you very much, Glory Ogo, for your super chat. I appreciate you. Now we have finished. Now you have now listened to the two sides of the stories. We have finished with them. And I believe and hope that may I never talk about them. I have come to validate why we are calling them criminals. I have come to validate why we have ended their career in the movement. I have come to validate again, once more, why they can never ever be relevant again. Again, till that kingdom come. I have come to expose their criminality once more. Because everything we do is pump and play. We come with evidence. We don't talk story. When they tell you Simon Ekpa is working with Nigeria government, tell them to bring you evidence. When they say Simon Ekpa have collected $2.7 million, they still say, I am a poor man. I collected they say I'm a poor man. I don't know how somebody who collected $2.7 million is going to be a poor man. They say I'm a poor man. They even say that somebody bought a laptop for me. Okay? They say somebody bought laptop for me. They say the gadget I'm using, somebody bought the gadget for me. Yet, the same people say, even know the date. They know the date I collected $1.7 million. Okay? They know the date I collected $1.7 million. They know the date I collected the remaining balance. And the same people say the Ekperima in Finland remain Ekperima like this one. That is all the thing that we know to do. The criminals, the only English, which it is not even English, the only thing they know how to speak now is Ekperima. Ekperima. Let me tell you, they don't even know what is Ekperima. Ekperima, in my language, is some kind of grass. Is a grass. Is a grass that look like bamboo. Is a grass that look like bamboo. When we were little, we go to the village. We will go. There is something that we used to celebrate called what is the name of that celebration? Called Itutara or something like that. No, is it Itutara? No. Is it Itutara or Christmas? I don't know. There is something we used to celebrate in those days. So we will go to the bush and go to get something called Ekperima. Ekperima. I don't know how many of you the thing, Ekperima. You get that thing, you cut it. You cut it. You cut it. After cutting it, we'll be heaping it. It is like, you'll be heaping that thing and heaping that. The entire community will be going every day to go to get that Ekperima. You will go inside the bush. You will get Ekperima. Get Ekperima. You have the heap like this. You will be saving that Ekperima for the day of the for the day of the celebration. So the day of the celebration, it is going to be overnight. We are going to spend overnight outside. Thank you, MK John. You know it. I want to know how many of you did it. So you are going to, and then before then, New Year festival. Okay, thank you. It's the New Year festival. So in the night of that day, before then, we are going to go to palm tree. You know, the palm leaf, the palm tree. You'll be gathering palm leaf like the dried one. You will gather it, waiting for this day to come. So once that day come in the night, it is only for big boys. Only big boys. Only big boys will come out. So everybody will now come and make fire. Very big fire. The fire will be burning, and the palm tree, the dried palm tree leaf the heat will be big like this, and you'll be putting them inside the fire, and the fire will be burning. Somebody say sugarcane. No, it's not sugarcane. And then the fire will be burning. You will not bring the ekperima. You will bring the ekperima. You will put it inside the fire. The ekperima will start to burn and burn and burn and burn and burn. Once it is ready, this is like, once it is ready, you will take it and run to one stone very close to you. You will hit that ekperima in the stone. The thing will make sound, explosive sound. Boom! It will explode like a bomb or gun. I am telling you, how many people, how many of you did that? Huh? How many of you did that? If you didn't do this thing, honestly, you have missed a lot in your life. Believe me. Go back to your village and do it. How many of you did it? I don't know where I can get picture. I don't know where I can get picture to show you people what I'm talking about. I don't know where I can get. You didn't do that. It is ekperima. So they thought ekperima is a bad thing. They thought ekperima is a criminal. Ekperima is something we used to play in my village. So when they are calling ekperima, they thought they are abusing me. Ekperima is explosive. Ekperima, I want everybody watching me. I want everybody watching me to look for ekperima in picture where people are doing that and send it to me. I want to show it to people here. Very, very important. In fact, I believe I will have that particular picture somewhere in Facebook. Some people may have posted it. I want people to show me ekperima where people are doing ekperima, either the video or either the picture. Very, very important for them to know that Afa is a spiritual name they are giving me. Okay, they are calling me ekperima. Ekperima is explosive. Explosive. Ekperima, that is Afa Karaka. They don't know. Ekperima is explosive in my dialect. So please, ekperima bu egbe. Egbe a na-arụ n'ọkụ. Arụcha ya n'ọkụ, etie ya ụda. So is it easy to have it to be ekperima? They have been calling me ekperima. I have never responded to them. They have been calling me ekperima. They don't even know what they are calling me. It's a firework. They don't know what they are calling me. Ekperima is explosive, natural explosive grass. Nature. God made and we discover it. They call it ekperima. Go to any place in Igbo land for people who know what natural explosive, for people who know what I'm talking about. That is ekperima. But in their own Igbo dialect, they thought ekperima is a thief. They say in their own language, ekperima is a thief. So they are calling me a thief. But I didn't see it as a thief because I have not stolen from them. But I see it as a honor. A name, Alpha Book Alpha. One thing is that everything they have done in this struggle against us has backfired. When in the time of autopilot, they were calling us autopilot. Autopilot in Morocco. The Alpha Murugodoku. Now they are trying to stop calling us autopilot and they cannot stop it. They are now saying, oh, they are infiltrator. Nobody is listening to them about infiltrator. They can't even write it. They can't even write infiltrator. Okay? But the main alpha they gave us was autopilot. And autopilot is selling everywhere. Nigeria, international media, everywhere. So if you talk about Biafra today, you talk about, you can never talk about Biafra without mentioning autopilot. It was divine name. The Alpha Bido Muroko. Now they are calling me Ekperima. I have come to tell them what is Ekperima in my language. Ekperima is a honor, is a natural explosive. And I'm explosive myself. You can tell me I said I'm over Ekperima. And the thing is very, very harmful. It can be very harmful if you're not careful. Honestly, in those days, we used to get scars. You know, when the thing explode, it can cut your body. I am telling you, it can cut your body. It can cut your body if you go and put that thing in the fire and it explodes. So as I'm going this, as I'm entering a P2B case now, I will be searching for the Ekperima so that you people can see how Ekperima, what is Ekperima actually. I know that after today, they will stop calling me Ekperima. They will look for another name. You know, I wanted Ekperima to sink very well. After today, they will stop calling me Ekperima. They will look for another name. They will look for another name. So anywhere you see them call me Ekperima, tell them that Ekperima is explosive, natural explosive ahiha. Explosive na ahiha name explosive. Ahiha na bakegbe. That is Ekperima. And everybody that is, knows what I'm talking, knows what I'm talking. That is why the Alpha they work. So I know that after this today, they are going to change the name. They will look for another name. They will say, "Chai." So we have been giving this guy power. Thank you very much, Itutara. Rose Johnson, Itutara. That is where we are doing that Ekperima thing. Itutara. All right. We are now going to P2B. I want you people to listen to this, what we're going to do today. And the issue here is that we are not going to allow the Zeke, how Zeke, the way Zeke goofed, we are not going to do that. And we're not going to allow P2B to take us back. So remember that the 20th is sit at home, 20th of this month. Our people must begin to put this particular date into their calendar and plan their day activities. So let us go there.
Who handed over Nigeria to the Fulani? Someone said Fulani is Yoruba's #1 enemy and that the British handed over Nigeria to them. This is not the truth. The British did not hand over Nigeria to the Fulani. Parliamentary elections were held in Nigeria on the 12th of December 1959.
Understand that I have a different opinion here. I am of the opinion that they handed over Nigeria to the Fulanis. And I believe I have done exposition on that. That Fulani were in business, very big business with the British, and they used their terrorism, their, killings and all that to get the blessing of the British. Because the British don't want to be confronting them every time. So they fear the Fulanis. So the Fulanis were favored in the amalgamation of Nigeria. So if anybody telling you that Zikiwe did this, yeah, Zikiwe made a mistake, which is what we are trying that P2B cannot do. So Zik made a mistake. And the mistake Zik made was that Zik was taking himself, thinking that there is something like one Nigeria. Okay? Zik was thinking there is a one Nigeria. Zik believed. But the people that Zik was dealing with didn't believe in Nigeria. So anybody telling you that it was Zik that handed Fulani over to Fulani is a lie. Although he played the role of, he played his role in good faith. He was believing in Nigeria, but he don't know that Fulani have ulterior motive. Zik did not know the history of Fulani, how Fulani, traded and collaborated or dealing with the British, before the Nigeria amalgamation. Zik don't have this history. Zik do not have the report of Lord Lugard in 1902 before the amalgamation. Zik don't have this history. So if Zik had the history of Fulani very well, I don't think he would make a mistake when the opportunity comes for him to make a good decision. Zik cannot have information that we have today back then, and he will remain in one Nigeria. But look at Obi. Obi have this information. At least, you know, he may not even have it because when you think they have something, they don't have it. So if Zeke had known what we know today, I don't think he will did that the thing he did. But Obi knows some of the things we know today. He is shouting one Nigeria. He even denying Igbo. Now watch.
The result was a hung parliament with no clear majority to form a government. Zik's National Council of Nigeria and Cameroon, NCNC, came first with 2,594,577 votes to get 81 seats. Awolowo's Action Group, AG, came second with 1,992,364 votes to get 73 seats. However, the Ahmadu Bello's Northern People's Congress, NPC, came a distant third with 1,922,179 votes to get 134 of the 312 seats in the House of Representatives despite getting less public votes. The above three major political parties in the election did not get enough number of the seats to form a government.
Now, as you are looking at this picture, this is exactly what is happening today. Exactly what is happening today. You see Awolowo, you see Zeke, you see, what is the name again? Is it Ahmadu Bello or whatever? You see all of them. The same thing that is happening today. You see Peter Obi, you see Bola Tinubu, you see this Atiku Abubakar. The same thing, back to default. And we are not going to allow Tafawa Balewa. Yes, Tafawa. We are not going to allow this mistake that happened here to repeat itself again. Never will we allow Peter Obi to come to do what Zeke will have done. I do not know why it is always them. I don't know why. If you look at it, it is the same thing. Going back to default. And you are not going to say, oh, if Zeke know what we know today, he wouldn't have taken the step he took here. Now, are you going to talk of the same thing about Obi? Are you going to say the same thing about Obi? Enugu 97.5 FM is working. You will not say maybe you don't have it in your area, but Enugu Radio VOB is working 97.5 FM. Is live and direct and working. So maybe in your area, you are not getting it. So it is going to come in your area when we have boosted or have a double transmitter there. But Enugu 97.5 FM is on and working. So you see what I'm saying? If you look at them, you find out that we are going back to default, and we can never ever allow such mistake to repeat itself. So now let us watch.
An alliance had to be formed to determine who would rule. It was a no-brainer that Zik's NCNC and Awolowo's Action Group should make a coalition government as they came first and second respectively. Awolowo then humbled himself and volunteered to be a deputy prime minister or finance minister in a coalition government with Zik as the prime minister. This was because the Zik's NCNC party had more public votes and seats than the Awolowo's Action Group. Zik invited Awolowo's team to Asaba, the gateway between the Yoruba's western region and the Igbo's eastern region, to hold coalition talks. The talks were a clever ruse to keep Action Group's hopes high, so that Action Group would be kept distracted from meeting with other minor parties for talks, including Northern Elements Progressive Union with 8 seats, Mobile Aye Grand Alliance with 6 seats, Igala Union with 4 seats, Independent Candidates with 4 seats, Igbo Tribal Union with 4 seats, and the Niger Delta Congress with 1 seat. Whilst the Action Group team was waiting in Asaba for a meeting with the NCNC, they read in the news that Zik and the NCNC had gone up north and clinched the deal with Ahmadu Bello on forming a coalition government with the NPC.
Hear it? As they were waiting for that, Zik went to the north and form alliance. Today, look at it. Everything has gone. If Zik is now alive and looking at what he has done, he was not doing it because he wanted to kill our people. He was doing it hoping that he was doing good thing. But look at it today. Look at where we are. The same thing you are telling people to be now. The same thing this Zik did. Have you seen it? Same people from same place, same area, same mentality after almost 50-something years. 60 years, if I'm not mistaken. The same thing repeating itself. And now where? No. So what you are trying to do now is that we, with the knowledge and exposition we have today, we are going to sit back and watch P2B, criminal and corrupt P2B, to truncate our freedom. Never. So that after 50 years, our children will be telling the history. How Simon Ekpa, how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, how people like a group like IPOB came and they tried to fight and they didn't succeed. Arrow, we can never tell such story. Never. It is going to be a story that how we defeated P2B and how we defeated Nigeria and how we liberated Biafra and how Biafra have become what it is today. When people will be going for tourist, having tourist visas to Biafra, they will be telling the story. That time they didn't know that it is going to be good. They didn't believe it. There was problem here. There was problem there. And people like with autopilot came and we stood our ground and fought. And at the end of the day, we were able to achieve Biafra. Look at it today. Everybody's enjoying. Gloria Ogo, thank you for your super chat. We appreciate you. Simon, I think if you can select few people in Biafra land to do a tank cry ahead of 20th, sit at home, since Voice of Biafra is not yet covered in all states to help our aged parent. I believe that we have enough time, and this particular broadcast is going to go a very long way. And of course, everybody have a role to play, the responsibility of sharing the news, picking up your phone and call your people. The last time we ordered sit at home after the killing of 14 people in Imo State was emergency one, and it was well observed. So I believe we have more time today. This is just the 14th day of this month, and we have a lot of time to, for people to have knowledge about this sit at home that is going to be on the 20th. And it is against the political rally. It is the activation of our readiness for Biafra, liberation and Biafra restoration next year. Because we are going to start to show them how prepared we are. So every Biafran in Biafra land, if you want Biafra to come, it is time to listen to instruction. So thank you very much, Glory. We are going to try to make sure that the message goes everywhere. All right, and Chibuike Ezeude, thank you very much for your super chat. We appreciate you. All right. So I want you all to listen.
Tafawa Balewa Fulani would be the Prime Minister of Nigeria while Zik would be the figurehead Governor General. Even Nkrumah of Ghana was shocked. He asked Zik why, having spent so much energy fighting for colonial emancipation and then settling for a toothless bulldog role when Nigeria needed him the most. Zik wrote in his autobiography why he did not form a coalition government with Awolowo. In 1947, with over £13,500 raised from the Yoruba people and given to the NCNC, Zik had led other 6 prominent NCNC delegates to London to protest the obnoxious laws of Governor Arthur Richards. The trip ended in failure with backbiting, abuses and accusation of theft against Zik. Zik's opponents at the NCNC accused him of squandering the money in the trust of Nigerians. Zik replied insinuating that the Yoruba on the team, that are, Mrs. Funmilayo Ransom Kuti, Prince Adeleke Adedoyin, and Dr. Abiola Runaim, were the problem. There erupted a heated and prolonged press war between Zik's political reminiscence in his West African pilot and H.O. Davis' political panorama in the daily service. This led to Igbo in Lagos rushing to buy machetes in large numbers, thinking a tribal war was imminent. The governor and his general secretary, Hugh Foote, quickly called Zik and H.O. Davis to order at the government house. Zik went away with the resolve that the Yoruba must not be allowed to rule over others in Nigeria. And afterwards in the daily
Zik said Yorubas must not be allowed to rule over others in Nigeria. All these mistakes were done out of ignorance. Today we are correcting it. And I want you to listen to this story. You will find out that they have been struggling and struggling to everything you see in this particular report is how Nigeria will never won. Nigeria will never won. Every tribe is struggling to see themselves be represented. How long will you continue that? How long will you continue to fight to be relevant in your own country? No, it doesn't work. Igwe Chigozie, thank you very much for your super chat. We appreciate you. You are good. Wachuku, thank you very much. Let us continue.
Service published the speech of Zik in 1949 about Igbo being destined by God to conquer and rule over others. This, among others, will explain why Zik rejected Awolowo's offer of a coalition government in 1959 and instead worked with the Fulani. The Fulani had been reading Zik and the Igbo through the lens of his 1949 speech ever since. The Fulani way of neutralizing Zik when the opportunity came in 1959 was to offer him a powerless post, which surprisingly Zik and the NCNC dutifully accepted in place of being Nigeria's first prime minister. Zik had thought that the Igbo can easily manipulate the Fulani in place of the educated Yoruba. He thus manipulated Balewa to arrest Awolowo in 1962 and to have him jailed for 10 years in 1963. Zik also manipulated Balewa to remove from the western region the Edo, Arobao, Itsekiri and Western Ijaw that account for 70% of the oil wealth in Nigeria and created for them the Midwest region. Zik's hatred for the Yoruba gave the Fulani the impetus to rule over others in Nigeria. The Igbo coup plotters tried to undo Zik's mistake in 1966. And unfortunately, they killed other ethnic group leaders and left theirs, which resulted in the Civil War. Britain did not really hand over Nigeria to the Fulani. Nigeria was given over to the Fulani by the Igbo. However, to hold on to power in Nigeria, the Fulani enlisted the backing of the self-serving career politicians in England. Not many Igbo, especially the young ones, know this narrative. I don't think the Yoruba, even their elders, remember this. Has the leopard changed its spots? No. The Igbo people have always voted for the Fulani since 1959 and continue to do so. Thanks for listening.
Where I did not agree with them, with their narrative here, is that the British did not hand over Nigeria to the Fulanis. They handed over Nigeria to the Fulani. They favored them. So it was not Zik. Zik was acting out of, all of you know the story. When the British man was telling the story that Zik must go to North because he was being blackmailed by the British government because of he took a loan, he was funding, he was taking loan from the bank and was, so the story is there. But the question is whether, with the way they narrated it here was not actually true. Zik was acting because the British threatened him that they're going to put him in prison for corruption. It was because of that the British handed over Nigeria to Fulanis. It was because of that blackmail of Zik that Zik went to the North and formed alliance with them. Because that is what he was asked to do. Do you understand? So these people coming here to tell you that Zik went to North and formed alliance without telling you the reason why Zik did that was misleading. The reason why Zik did that was that Zik was about to be jailed by the British government, was about to be jailed by the British government. So he had no choice. Out of his own selfish, out of corruption, out of criminality, Zik went and joined force with the North. The same thing P2B have done. The same thing they are telling P2B to do today. P2B went to Britain and met with them in whatever house, and then he came back. Who knows the threat they threatened to P2B? P2B have business in the United Kingdom, in London. He has been doing business there. Nobody knows the dark side of P2B in London. He went with them. He had a meeting with them. These are the people who also advised him to open offshore company while he was governor of Anambra State against Nigerian law. He went to London. He came back. They told him, this Biafra agitation, you have to stop it. They tell him, Biafra, Nigeria is going down. We don't want it to happen like that. We want Fulani to take over Nigeria. We want, even if they turn it to Islamization, it doesn't matter, so long as we are getting our oil, so long as our money is intact, so long as our interest in Nigeria is protected, which is our economic gain. Go and jump from PDP, because you will never get ticket from PDP. Go jump from one party, from that PDP, look for Labour Party, look for another party and join. And just be there and to carry Ndibo as if you are going to win the election. If you don't do this, we are going to make sure we expose you and you lose a lot of things. I'm just saying, I don't know what they told you, but of course it cannot be more than this, because considering what they did to Zik, that is exactly what they have done to P2B. The same thing. The same people. Why always the same people? Always the same people. Money, money, money. Zik Iwe went to form alliance with the North, with Fulani, to protect his own interest against the entire Biafran nation. Look at where we are today. Look at what Zik have done to us because of his corruption. Because of corruption, Zik was corrupt, and the British want to send him to prison. Instead of going to prison so that we will have a better life today, Zik refused to go to prison. Zik went to North and followed the Fulanis as the British government advanced. Today, they have come to repeat the same thing. And let me tell you one thing. The thing is that the history is just coming, it is like, this is like magic. It's mystery. Just look at it. During that time when Zik did this thing, it was Yoruba, Fulani, and Igbo. Hausa and Igbo. Again, today, after how many years, it is now Yoruba, Fulani, and Igbo. The same thing. And it is still now that the same thing, the Zik, London, P2B, London, history. The only difference is that we were not there during the time of Zik, and we are privileged to be here today. And we will stop the British, we will stop P2B, we will stop anybody that will say we are not going to leave Nigeria in 2023. That is what everybody must do. And tomorrow, I will give a proper analysis to this Obi. I will bring evidences. So tomorrow, you must not miss our program. Our program, our exposition tomorrow is to expose how Zik Iwe went into alliance in the North for corruption. And I will tell you how P2B is now dragging Biafra because of his corruption, because his hand is soiled with corruption. He has corruption cases, even though they are not making it public. Pandora paper is there. His name is in Pandora paper. Pandora documents have never been tried anywhere, and it involved a lot of money. He said he had $15 million in offshore company, in offshore account, and he is using it to service the borrowing in Nigeria. So that is the one that we know. There are other ones that are not public yet. So you do not know what the British have told P2B. And the exact thing they did to Zik is what they have done. But we will tell them that this time around, we are smarter than them. Now, we that they use now, it is us that they are using to run their government in the UK. It is us. Our brain is there. You go to healthcare, Biafrans are there. Go to finance, Biafrans are there. Go to business, Biafrans are there. Our brain. We are applying it now in Biafra struggle. On this note, I will entertain question and answer again. Please, straight question and answer for 20 minutes. We are going to close at exactly 2:30. Here we go. Question and answer time. 30 minutes of question and answer, 20 minutes of question and answer because this is 2 hours, 10 minutes. Our line is open. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Want to see at least 2,500 likes. We have almost 4,000 people watching, 3,800 watching live and direct on YouTube alone. Hello. Hello. Yes, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Well done, well done. I'm calling from the zoo.
No, we'll go ahead. Go straight to the question, please.
My question is, you give 15th of this month, which is almost today because it's almost after 12 years.
Yes.
You gave these people on uniform 15th, and from the look of things, and that they are not going to cooperate. They are not going to leave our land for anything unless something is done. So now we are optimistic here. What if from now till month end and they are still here? What are we telling people that we have been telling that we are with Simon and he's up to something?
What do you mean?
Because
what do you mean?
I'm Master Igbo.
About Igbo, English. I use in Igbo is everybody. The people you are talking about, you don't want to hear. They hear Igbo well more than you. So what exactly are you trying to say? You know, one thing about some of the problem I have with you people is that, you know, I don't know what you are prognosing. I don't know what you people are prognosing into things. When order is given, the order has been given. So what exactly are you trying to find out now? What if they did not leave? What exactly do you want me to tell you? The order has been given and the order is final. So just deal with it that way. I don't know what you're expecting me to tell you now.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Welcome to the program. Good evening from here. All right. This is not connecting. We have 7 minutes more or so. Welcome to the program.
God bless you.
Bless you too. Go ahead with your question, please.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions, but let me pick you. What I want to ask is, what about people that fought for Biafran, people that contributed money or contributed one thing or the other to the coming of Biafra? After that, is there anything? Is there any benefit any benefit or something to honor them or?
Believe me, everybody that contributed for this Biafra restoration will be treated exceptionally. I am telling you the fact. You can never regret it.
Okay, that's good. I have another question.
Go ahead.
I will make it fast. Another question is, what about the judges or lawyers, judges, especially judges that have abused their office, that went outside the law to do things? Why am I saying that? Is that there is one case in Akwa Ibom, this guy Effiong in the or something. You know, the judge sent him to jail.
How does that concern Biafra affair?
No. What I'm trying to say is that judges that have abused their power, are they allowed to
Judges that abuse their power are not allowed to practice in Biafra.
Huh?
Your question is what?
No, my question is, those ones that abuse, those lawyers that abuse their power, are they going to be allowed to practice, seeing that what they have done in Nigeria, they still have their license to practice in the new Biafra?
Well, there are going to be, I would say, the sector of either ombudsman or disciplinary section or sector that will be handling that. And I believe that with the relevant law that we are going to have in Biafra, those particular loopholes will be blocked for any corrupt judge taking any position in Biafra, in Biafra state. I don't see that happening. So, but it is not going to be an authoritative thing. It is going to be within the Biafra law, because we are going to come into Biafra with a lot of experience from Nigeria. So that particular experience, which is the bad one from Nigeria, will be tackled by relevant laws in Biafra. So I believe that shouldn't be a problem. Any judge that has been, that have been seen to abuse his office or her office will be disciplined, and appropriate punishment will be given to that person. Sometime it may be that be judged again, and the position will be taken away from him or her. So, but that is left for the particular, committee or particular sector of this Biafra government that will be mandated by law. So that particular issue shouldn't be a problem. It will be solved, and we have it. We have it actually in a developed world. If you feel that somebody have done something wrong, there are people you complain to. There are appropriate authorities that will look into that, investigate it, and if the person found wanting, he will be punished accordingly. So we are going to have that in Biafra land.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let me rush one, just a quick one.
You are not the only one that is here, please. So okay, let other people ask.
Next time. Okay.
All right, thank you. All right. Welcome to the program. Go straight to the question, please. Lost him.
Hi.
Good evening from here. Go straight to the question.
Hello.
Hello.
There so I've been trying your number. Thank God I finally got to you.
Finally. Welcome. Go ahead. Go straight to the question.
Yeah. Meanwhile, God bless you for whatever you have been doing for us.
Thank you.
My question is about this identity, or maybe Biafran passports and Biafran ID card or something. What are the criteria for getting Biafran passport? Because with what we are seeing now, I'm not sure, after suffering, all these people betraying us, all these people giving us problems, tomorrow they will come to say I'm a Biafran, this one and that one. So what is the criteria for Biafran identity? It's not everybody that answers Igbo name or speaks Igbo or something, or just speaks Igbo, because now Fulani self they speak Igbo. Those times when we are small, even as Jesus not Igbo.
Well,
so
I think if you look at the Biafra Charter, the Biafra Charter addressed the issue of people holding, being elected into political offices or position, that they must demonstrate to be of good behavior in their communities. So I think that is not even a problem, because in Biafra land, we know who is who. This thing has to go from the grassroots. We are going to have what we call the database. The database system will solve the problem you are worried about now, because from the database collecting of data will have to go from scratch. We are going to know who you are. We're going to know who is your grandfather. We're going to know how you end up in the place where you are living.
Exactly.
So from that data collection, we will build how people will collect the passport. Once you are identified as a Biafran and you have all your lineage, all your data collected, and you are a Biafran, of course, you'll be having a Biafra passport. But from that particular exercise and data gathering, we'll be able to identify who is not originally a Biafran.
Okay, thank you very much. My second question is about how are we going to do about this prison stuff? Because when we get Biafra, we'll be having problem of to change people's mentality, because with the type of mentality I'm seeing in people now, it's very difficult for us. Many people, we need to, how are we planning to build a maximum prison like what we have in America, Guantanamo Bay, to go one side, maybe all these because when we are going to have serious problem with people. So how are we planning to maybe like what the zoo call it, correctional center, where how will be going people, picking people that want to follow? It's not a problem, because we are going to have, I'm seeing a very big problem, how to correct people, to change the mentality. Not going to be easy for us. So what are plans for us to get something like correctional center, something like big place, we take them there. So because we are going to, because what I'm seeing now, you have a thought, when you do the law, we take you there for rehabilitation. That is 6 months rehabilitation, 1 year rehabilitation. Then you come back. So that's why I don't know the plans you people have for it. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, that is going to be.
No, it's serious. So it's serious, very serious. It's very serious. Guantanamo Bay, Biafran, Guantanamo Bay. We take them to one island. So we place them there, then bring them back. So yes. That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. Anyway, I've heard you. Okay. I don't think this is a question. Your suggestion is noted.
You say suggestion, I beg. Because these people, they are very difficult. Some people, you say very difficult. So when you try that, they will pick you, one island, keep you there for 1 year, so that people that are, their head is correct, that will be doing the work, so they will come fast. That's my suggestion.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, God. Sorry. All right, please. Hi, Chineke, better. This is like a buddy. I don't know. This is what I go keep us, though. You're welcome to the program.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, evening, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead with your question, please.
I don't have much to say, sir. But the only thing I have to tell you is that you are a lion.
Thank you.
There is nothing, nobody can do you.
Yeah, well. See?
And the nanga I'm from Michigan, bo mband madana bag. It yagi me bo na afumia in a place it like the UN in that place for anyone on the Biafra. And ndị Iran niile igbogoro ike na ha ncha niile n'ọdịnihu na-eche gị. And ka ha nọ n'Iran na-eche gị, nwa na ụmụ nọ n'aka a na-asị na ọ pụtara gị. And ihe ijere bụ ka ọ dịrị onye ọbụla na mma. And Chineke bụ onye binyere gị n'ọrụ a. And ka ị na-apụta, a na-asị na ịpụtara gị. And sofu onye mfuru iri ya bụ one guy nọ na I think Ekpa or Malaysia. All one boy na all Anambra or only principle who like it, but all of the people. If you will do to land the money is so go. But I am a man who needs a mechanic. I'm not going to come along. Mana I believe in him on so you have the only person who should there. And after this, had that year, had that week year, had that need to get, yeah, you know what? You know, but at the end, you only have the music. You know, where it's an ola, it 2 o'clock in Taban. A man of my neighbor, I should be able before. Mana, Biafra, I need Biafra.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing the dream. Any dream that is not that we have gotten Biafra and Mazina Bikano is released. I don't want to hear it. The reason why I allow you to talk about this dream is because you are coming from the positive side. So shall it be. We are going to go to UN. We are going to come out, and the Mazina Bikano will be released, and Biafra will come next year. That is all. Everybody have a role to play. When we ask you to sit at home, if you are in Biafra land, sit at home. We are going to fight this particular Nigeria with brain and experience and with everything we have. So thank you very much for sharing your dream. Unfortunately, we are not here for the dream, but I allow you to talk because your dream is somehow positive. Thank you.
Yeah, but please, can I say one more thing?
We lost you. Hello, welcome to the program.
Hello, Maz, good evening.
Good evening from here.
Yeah, Maz, I have the questions. I don't know how you're going to answer this question. So, with all these troubles caused by stooges in our communities, and some of them, they are sending their kids to European countries all over the Westerners country to studying abroad. And with mayhem they cost to us. So what do you think? He might decide to answer, might not decide to not answer it. What do you think? What do you think we should do? Biafrans should do as a punishment for what the mayhem they are committed to our generation.
You mean their children?
Yes, because
one thing is that I will not be in support of anybody to pay for the price of the father's crime. Okay, I am the one that believes that the sin of the fathers should remain with them, except the children or those who supported their father, and there is evidence of that they supported what their father was doing. Because in these families, there are some of these children that never supported what their father were doing, and they cannot come publicly to say it. Okay?
Yes.
So you cannot, you don't know who support and who don't support. So for that reason that you don't know, you don't go and start punishing people because their father committed crime. I don't want to be part of that. But of course, Biafra people can decide what to do. But I think I will make a proposal to object anything that is going to for a child to pay price. I don't want my child to pay the price if I do something bad today, because he is not part of it.
I know why I said this question, because every Biafrans like to hear from that. That's why I just, this is a common. Everybody likes to hear what you're gonna say in that. It's very general question.
Yes.
Secondly, I would like to put an input on this. There is one program that you did a couple days ago regards to how Britain Fulani Emir Fulani wrote a letter to them to go to in Nasarawa or something to push the Emir they were killing Hausas.
Yes.
And the Emir wrote back to Lugard and opposed that action, right?
Yep.
I don't know if you go in this direction. Don't you think it was what they trying to do with Mazina Nakalo or this sacked DOS? Because it's kind of a direction of work. Their exposition linked
to take a dozen current situation now?
Of course, it is. Of course, it is the something they have done to everybody, not only them, including the leaders in Biafra land and the southeast. So it is the same pattern.
Yes.
Yes, it is the same pattern.
Okay.
But it is not them. But this time around, it is not them that is doing it. They are using those they have tutored to do it. People like Soludo, the leaders of Ohanese and Igbo, and all those people, and the Hopus of them. So it is not like them coming directly to these criminals to do it. Rather, they are using those people they have tutored to do it. And the Soludo is one of them. P2B is one of them. So yes, it is the same pattern.
Your spirit to work with my spirit. You see what you say here. There was one guy that was arguing with me, saying something. I say the reason why they share their news with Nigerian news media was in a way to listen to how Biafrans will react. Even their lunatics that probably, I don't know if they are following them with, because of they don't know what's going on, condemn that broadcast without even knowing that the people they are following also send that news to Nigerian media.
Yes.
Because I was watching their program.
Yes, that's the one I don't know.
That, Yes. After that, for what Soludo and this position that he did yesterday, if you go to the media, all of them have been silent.
Yes.
Now I watched that. I don't want to use words.
Yeah.
I watched that one. What he said today. Now he listened to he came as opinion, asking them, Biafrans, what do you think the current situation? Because he coming from the back door to know what if the what the Biafran will write, if they will condemn him or say something bad for what the exposition. That's what he did. Because I watch him all the time. So now, if you look at everything that you have said, this is how these people have operating one after the other, using these narratives.
Yes.
And operating. And I'm kind of asking, didn't they know what these people are doing? Are they blind or are they being paid? This is why I'm having problem with this. I'm having problem with these people. They don't understand it's very far beyond reasonable.
Not reasonable. In fact, that is why they branded agitators with all manner of name before. If I said it yesterday, right? Where they were calling miscreant people, they branded them because nobody can reasonably listen to all these things the way they do, and in the end, you want to be part of Biafra. You have to think twice. So you have to really think twice, because what we are doing now, why we are succeeding, is that we analyze things and come to a conclusion of what could be. And at the end of the day, if you have the right information, you'll be able to process those information, analyze it, and you get accurate prediction of what is going to happen. Do you understand? That is how countries are run, and they call it innovation. So you don't, you analyze things, you analyze people, character, you analyze what they are doing, you put things together to give you a result of what is not yet, in the public.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, that thing you concluded that is going to be the end result will be the end result if you have the right information.
What if you are clean? If you have a clean heart and you're genuine, that's how you're gonna write. You arrive with the correct information.
Yes.
But if you're not clean,
that's another one. I agree.
If you're clean, those that they are not clean, genuine in their heart, they begin, even if they are smart, they might be a chikubi.
Yes.
But they will arrive in a wrong direction.
I agree.
Because every of them that have been analyzing, following Mazinarka to do this, since that day they move away from the truth. And you notice everything they are talking and they're analyzing they don't even make no single sense.
Yeah.
This is a good thing. So and you look at them, they look like you give them zama, you give them something like or tapia. They use